All right, good afternoon, folks, and thanks again for joining our TruckLogics webinar. My name is Charles with TruckLogics, and I've got Brian here as well. We're broadcasting to you live from our Rock Hill, South Carolina headquarters. Just wanted to say thanks, everybody, so much for joining us today. As I mentioned before, what we're going to do is we're going to cover an overview of what TruckLogics is and how you can get started using TruckLogics for your business, going through settings and how to set up your first order or dispatch through the program. So what we're looking at right now is TruckLogics.com. Here you can get an overview of all that TruckLogics has going on and what we have coming up. Here you can see a few photos of our support crew. Got Brian here in the webinar with us today. He's that handsome fellow in the front there.
Well, thank you, Charles.
You're welcome, Brian. The first section here, we've got a tour. You can take a quick little tour covering all the different features that TruckLogics has to offer. Everything from the dashboard, dispatching, invoices, trip settlements, accounting, keeping your address book up to date, your truck zone, all your truck information, and even keeping IFTA and end-of-year reports as well. So you can keep all of that up to date with TruckLogics. Again, we're only going to go into a few of these basic overview features today. But just want to keep in mind that these are all the different options that we have. Yes. Another section coming up here, we've got our features, just a full list of all the different features that we have. You can see information about our app. We have an iPad, iPhone, Android app that you can download and run your business on the go. If you scroll down here, we can show you a little bit more about that. So here you can see some screenshots from within the app itself, so that when you're on the go using your tablet device, you can still maintain your records while you're actually on the road as well. So you don't have to save everything for the end. You don't have to wait until you get back to the office and then you update your information. Then you can do it all while you're actually on the road. Now in the support tab, this is just here to remind you that we do offer full customer support. We have phone support during our normal business hours of 9 a.m. to 6 p.m. Eastern Time, Monday through Friday. You can always reach us at 704-234-6946. So if you have any questions at all about your account, we've got a full team of live people ready to answer your questions. It's not going to send you to any call center somewhere else or make you go through some automated phone system. You're calling in the real people right here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Again, we also offer email support 24/7. So you can send us an email at support@trucklogics.com if you have any questions outside of our business hours. You can reach us that way. And we also offer live chat. So if you just have a quick question, you want to chat with us real quick, just click the chat with us icon at the top of the page and you can chat live with our support team right here in Rock Hill, South Carolina. Also, we've got some live training sessions coming up, just like the one we have today. Our next one is 2 weeks from now, on September 24th. We're going to be going over some of the TruckLogics Pro features. This is going to include things like your accounting, invoicing, tracking your IFTA, and also using the mobile app, and also managing your drivers. All these great features we're going to be covering in the next webinar. Again, that's 2 weeks from now, September 24th. You can see all of the info here, and you can click this register button to sign up for that. So definitely go ahead and do that if you want to learn a little bit more about the program. Again, these are all free training services that we offer. We're going to be offering these on a regular schedule. You can see the upcoming webinars that we have going on here on the live training page. Over here in the More button, we've got all sorts of information. We've got videos, frequently asked questions, information about us, and you can even check out the Trucking Nation podcast. You may be familiar with the Trucking Nation podcast. It's available in the iTunes App Store, Stitcher, and everywhere else you can find podcasts. You can also listen to them right here from the website. They're hosted by our very own Misty Noel, so if you want to, they're published about on a weekly basis, so if you wanted to go through here, listen to some from the past, we've got all these podcasts you can listen to while you're on the road to help you stay informed of about what's going on in the world of trucking. And of course, we've got our own blog as well. We keep this updated on a very regular basis. You can come in here, get some more information about what's new with TruckLogics, what's new in the trucking industry, and so forth. If you haven't already signed up, we do offer a free trial. You can click on the free trial button here to sign into your account. I'm actually already signed in over here, so I'm going to go ahead and log right into TruckLogics. The first thing it's going to take you to when you log into your account is your dashboard. And your dashboard is like an overview. Well, it's like your dashboard, like your actual dashboard. It's going to show you all of your critical information about the account. Up here on the left, you can see your active dispatches. On the underneath that, you can see your active orders, open invoices in the top right, and upcoming maintenance reminders over here in the bottom left. And you can customize these as you would like, and select how what exactly you want to have show up here on the dashboard. This is just an example that we've created for you. Now, the first thing you're going to want to do when you're setting up your TruckLogics account is to take care of your settings. So what you can do is you can click on the little settings button up here in the top right, little gear, and go to the settings section. And over here you're going to notice all the different settings that we provide. First off is the business details. If you click on that, you can update the business type, the owner name. If you have a DBA that's different from the owner name, you can enter that as well. You've got contact details such as the address, phone number, social networking information. All that good stuff can be updated here. And you can also update this photo. Now, this photo isn't just a novelty for your account. This is also the photo that shows up on the invoices that you create in your TruckLogics account. So, if you have a logo, custom logo for your business, you can upload that here. Head back to the settings page again, and you can do all sorts of good information, such as changing your account info, updating your password. So if you wanted to change your first name or phone number in the account, you could do that here. Updating your password, changing your time zone. This is an important part here. If you have a different time zone, you can set that up. And we've got your activities coming up.
So this basically is just a way you can track all the activities you've done in your account. We even recently added where you can even filter this based on you just want to see what your drivers have done from their app. You can do that. Or if you want to just pick certain devices, say you just want to look at like an iPhone and see what was done from there, you can do that over here. So it's a good way to kind of keep tabs on all the things being changed within your account.
Great. All right, so like Brian said, this is just an overview of everything that happens in your TruckLogics account. It's going to be recorded here in the My Activities page. We also see the driver accounts. So these are all the drivers that we've set up on this particular account. To add a new one, you can click this Set Up Driver Account button over here on the right. So you can either edit one that you already have here, or you can click Add to add a new driver in your TruckLogics account. You can add all their basic information here.
And that's crucial to get them set up with the mobile app. And basically, once you set up their driver account, they're going to get email directions on how to download the app if they haven't done so, and a temporary login they can use to get in there and get started with using the app. And that's completely free for the drivers.
Excellent. And we've got a little option here on the mobile connectivity. So you can view the history for each device that's been using your TruckLogics account. All right. We've also got customized options here in the billing section. You can see which particular package you've signed up for. This particular TruckLogics account that we're looking at is for a medium fleet of 8 to 14 trucks. You can also add credits in your account, and these credits can be used for using the Pro Miles feature that we have to offer within TruckLogics. You view a payment history of all the charges that have been made on your TruckLogics account, and you can also manage the credit card that you have on file. So if you need to update the billing information, you can change that here. Now, under the reminders section, we have the daily agenda and event-based alerts. So I'm going to click on this real quick, and what this is just a daily email reminder that's going to be sent out to you every day at 5 o'clock a.m. to let you know what activities you have coming up within your TruckLogics account. This is just a service that we're providing for you. If you don't want to receive these emails, if you're in the TruckLogics account enough and you don't really care to receive these, you can uncheck this box and save that. That's the option if you don't want to receive those emails anymore. Please don't mark them as spam or try to unsubscribe from those. You can just click this box. Uncheck the one that says I want to get daily email alerts, and then save that in your account. You can also set up event-based alerts so that you can get an email reminder before an invoice is due, before a dispatch is supposed to be picked up, and all these other options here, such as maintenance, driver's license expiration. All this great stuff can be added right here, and you can set up how many days before this event you would like the email to go out. So you customize these options. You click Save here to update that. All right. Now in the order settings, this is how you can customize your order numbers, basically. So if you have a particular way you want your order numbers to be organized, you can enter the prefix here for what you want the first 3 letters to be for your orders. By default, it's this here. And you can also change the seed number. That would be the very first number of the order that you create in TruckLogics. So if you want to change this, if you've already been using a program and you're on invoice number 9,500, you can come in here and change that order number so you can start fresh with TruckLogics. Under the accessorials here, you can customize the options that you may be charging accessorial fees for. You can click this Add New button to add a new one within your account. And you can also customize the ones that you may have already added within your TruckLogics account. We have a section of order charges. So if you wanted to customize your pay per mile, pay per ton, or a pay per 100 weight in your account, you can customize these here. This doesn't mean that you're locked in at only using these particular rates. You can always customize your orders. This is just the default that you would like all of your orders to, just to save you a little time. So we can go ahead and start it out at this rate. If you want to customize it further, you can do that individually. All right. You can also select whether or not you want to be calculating these orders manually, if you want to use Google Maps, or if you want to use the Pro Miles feature to organize your routes and make things as efficient as possible. And we also have a fuel surcharge section. So if you want to opt to use the flat fee option, you can click this option. If you want to set up a custom percentage for your fuel surcharge, you can enter in a percentage rate and click that you want to default to that. Or you can do a flat fee per mile. And that's the option that we've selected here. Now under the dispatch section, this is just the same as the orders. If you wanted to customize the way your dispatches appear, you can customize the prefix, meaning the first 3 letters of the dispatch, and you can also customize the starting number or seed number here. And again, we've got the same setting for invoices. And you also do have the option of entering the invoice numbers manually. So if you've already got a system in place, you want to do the manual invoice order numbers, you can do that. The only thing to point out is once you switch over to enter the invoice numbers manually, you can no longer change it back. You have to keep entering them manually with your account. Otherwise, we don't want to get invoice numbers messed up.
Definitely, and we do get a lot of people that like to use the manual invoice number option, because this way you can always guarantee that your invoice number is going to match up with your order number or your dispatch number, whichever one you're using. and that way you don't have any confusion about what load you're looking at, because the invoice will always match that.
Thanks. All right. In the other invoice settings, you can customize your payment terms, and you can also add terms and conditions within the account. So you can write up a custom paragraph or two about your terms and conditions and save that, and those terms and conditions can be added to all of your invoices that you create in TruckLogics. So there's no manual work for you to do to customize each of those. For your invoice taxes, you can set up your custom tax rate. So you can click on Add New here to customize that tax rate, give the tax a name, specify the percentage, and you can add a reference number as well. All right, and here we've got invoice email settings. This is very important for when you're emailing an invoice to a client. So right here, in this particular account, we've got it set up to say, dear customer name, your invoice is attached, thank you for your business, and you can have a customized paragraph here if you wanted to add more information about what this covers, things like that. This is meant to be just a standard invoice letter that's going out to your client. Now, one thing I need to point out here is that you can also customize the subject line and also input the first name of the person you're sending it to. So you see where we've got this at customer name written all together like that. It's not going to appear like that when they actually receive the email. It's going to actually have the person's name in there, and wherever you use this code up here at the top where it says at customer name or at invoice number, that's where the actual customer name or invoice number or business name will appear in the email itself. So you can customize this a little further if you wanted to add that in multiple places in the email or in the subject line itself. You can customize that as well. So here we've got the subject line of this particular email is the invoice number from your business name. So getting right to the point here with this one, and we've also got the first name of the person auto-populating in the email itself. So you need to make sure, if you're going to use these codes, you don't edit them at all. It needs to say the at customer name with nothing in between or no spaces in there for this code to work properly. So you can customize these invoices and have them appear as good as they can.
And what's really great about this feature is this is going to allow you to email your invoice that you generated in TruckLogics directly from TruckLogics. You don't have to leave and go to your separate email address to send this off. You can send it as soon as you create it, and it's even going to have a timestamp in your account section letting you know when you sent that to your customer, so you have a record of that.
That is great. All right. And the final section is the driver reimbursements here, the account section. So you can customize the different reimbursement accounts that you may have here. We've already got a handful of them entered in here in this particular account. We've got accessorial expenses, cell phone fees, extra fuel, factoring charges, things like that are added in here. And if you wanted to add new accounts yourself, you just click on the Add Reimbursement Account button, categorize it as a business or a non-business expense, enter a name for the account and a description so you can have some sort of explanation as to what this charge is. And also you have a tax category. So if it's an other expense, office expense, insurance expense, things like that, you can customize that so you can better organize your reports in TruckLogics. All right, so we've got the driver reimbursement, and the very last section here is the Express Tax Zone integration. Just want to point out that we are partnered with Express Truck Tax. That's for filing your heavy vehicle use tax for the 2290s. We're all part of the same company here at Span Enterprises. It's a sister product of ours. So if you integrate with Express Truck Tax, you can bring over the vehicles that you already have in your Express Truck Tax account into your TruckLogics account.
And if for some reason you forgot to file that 2290, the deadline just passed here at the end of August, you can still go over to Express Truck Tax and do that. So, make sure to get that done and avoid those late penalties.
That's very true. All right. So that pretty much covers the settings, you know. So these are the things that you need to do before you really get started with anything else. You need to go into the settings, customize all of those features that we were just looking at, so that you can move right into, you know, creating these orders, getting those dispatches out. So here we are on the dashboard page, and one important thing to note with TruckLogics is that things move pretty much left to right in TruckLogics. So if you see on the left side, we're starting out with the dashboard. We're then going to move into orders, creating your orders, creating your dispatches, and from there, you know, that information is going to affect your accounting information. Now your address book information, that's going to be basically static. You know, it's not really integrating with these other features. But that just kind of reminding you of the process overall. You know, you start out with your orders, you move into dispatches, taking care of the accounting, taking care of your trucks, information like that. And that's all going to influence the information that we have over here on the right side, which is your IFTA reports and also just your TruckLogics reports, your end-of-year reports, and things like that. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to start by looking at the orders page. So over here on the left, you can see that right now we're looking at all of our orders. All of our orders, whether they're undispatched, active, completed, or whatever they are, they're all listed here. You can search here if you want to filter. You can search for something in particular. You can show just the ones from the last month, the last week, or you can customize it as well. Over here on the left-hand side, you can view if you want to do all orders, undispatched orders, you could just view those. If you just want to view your active orders, you can do that as well. And there's a lot of options to customize this over here on the left-hand side. I'm going to go back to the All Orders section. So you can view all of these information over here. One very important button that I should point out is the Add New button that you'll see over here on the top right. This little blue button, it's got a plus button next to it. When you click on the Add New button, this is going to instantly allow you to automatically create a new order, a new dispatch, a new contact, a new income account, or a new expense account. Also adding new equipment, fuel expenses, maintenance reminders, things like that. You can go instantly to creating a new item in your TruckLogics account for this. So obviously the first thing we want to start with is creating a new order. So I'm going to click on the Add Order button on the top right, and it's going to ask me if it's a full truckload or LTL, less than truckload. I'm going to go ahead and say this is full.
And I want to point out, I don't know if you already touched on this, but if you are in a 1 to 2 truck account, you're just an owner-operator, 1 to 2 trucks, you're not going to have this whole orders section. You're just going to be doing everything based off of dispatches. It's going to look exactly like this. The only difference is you go ahead and you assign yourself to that load to take that load, whereas the orders is really meant for a fleet where you may not know who's driving it yet, but you want to get it in the system and then you dispatch it later. But we're going to go ahead and go through the whole process here just so everyone sees it.
All right. So the first thing, obviously, when you're creating the order is you're going to want to enter the customer, carrier, or broker information. So you can select which one we are. If it's a customer, a carrier, or a broker, you can then start typing in someone's name if you already have somebody added in your account. If you've not yet added this person, all you have to do is click this little Add button over here on the right to create a new company within your account. So here you're going to be adding the company name, billing address, an email if you have that, to save all of this information so that you don't have to enter it each time. Once that's been added, you'll just type a few letters of their name, they auto-populate, and here you got, like this one, Brian's Shipper in Rock Hill, South Carolina. We've already got the billing address and everything pulled up. You can also customize the order date and time. By default, it's going to default to right now, but if this is an order that took place yesterday or a couple days ago, you can also set that up. Now for the shipper information, we've got Brian's Shipper selected here. So we can select any of those or just add a new shipper in your account and select a pickup location.
And once you add a contact in here as a shipper or a customer or consignee or whatever, it is going to be saved from then on in your address book. So the next time you take a load for them, their information is already going to be here, like in this list, for you just to select from, and save you time in the long run.
All right. Add a consignee over here on the right. Same process for that. You can either choose one that's already been added or click the Add button to add a new one to your account. Be sure to select the pickup date and time. And you can also customize it with pickup instructions, delivery instructions, the contact person, or phone number for this. I'm going to go ahead and save these.
Now, I do want to point out when we're adding contacts here, if you're using another program currently to help you manage your business, and you want to look at TruckLogics and you take a look and you really like what we have to offer, we can upload your contacts for you if you have them in some sort of Excel file or a CSV file. We can actually upload those for you. All you got to do is send them over to us, and that'll save you a lot of time getting started.
That's right. As long as you have all the vital information there, being the name and a good address in any sort of spreadsheet, we'll be able to work with you to get those added into your account. Here we've got freight details. Now, this information isn't going to be required to create the order, but it is available. So if you want to add a description about what exactly you're hauling, the weight, any sort of quantity, so if you've got a certain number of pallets, a certain number of crates, things like that, you can customize that. Also the size, you can customize the length, width, and height of the order. We've got other options here as well as a declared value. Now again, I said this stuff is not required for you to create the order, but it is available for you so you can better track what's going on. All right, so we've got additional details down here. If it's got a drop trailer, you want to specify the trailer type, and also if it's a particular type of load, whether it's a hazmat order, a refrigerated order, tanker, oversized, all that stuff can be customized over here. Now on the charges here, we've got a per mile rate selected. You can also select if you're going to add any accessorial fees here. If you've got a lumper you want to add to that, you can go ahead and throw that in here. And over here on the right-hand side, remember earlier we were looking at how you wanted to calculate the miles by default. In this particular instance, we had chosen to use the Google Map option, which is a free service to map your route. If you'd rather use the Pro Miles feature, you're more than welcome to do that. You just need to click on this Pro Miles option. It's going to calculate the best route for this particular order. Not a very good example here. We're going from Rock Hill to Rock Hill, so I mean, if you really need directions on that, you can use the Pro Miles feature there to customize that.
And now the real benefit, if you're just curious, you're not familiar with what Pro Miles is, that's going to be more truck-specific routing, whereas Google Maps is real general. Pro Miles is going to account for things like bridges and roads that aren't really traveled by trucks to give you a more accurate routing option here.
That's true. So if you're going to use a particular highway, it may not be the fastest way according to Google Maps, but it may be the best way for you. Pro Miles is going to be taking that into consideration. Google Maps is just going to give you the quickest route between 2 points. So you can see the total miles here. If I had a legitimate order in here, you'd see the total miles, and you could specify how you wanted to route it if you're going to be using Google Maps or Pro Miles. And also Pro Miles helps if you wanted to use the IFTA feature as well in TruckLogics. So if you use Pro Miles, it's going to automatically calculate how many miles you're going to be driving in each state. That's going to be a big part of creating that IFTA information and getting those quarterly IFTA reports. All right, so I've gone ahead and created the order, but as you see here, it's not yet been dispatched. So here you can view the order summary. You see the order numbers. You see the account number, the order number that's automatically been generated here, and view all of these details: the shipper, the consignee, where it's going, the charges, just a summary of all of the order information. Now,
and something new we have added on this page is we've actually separated out the advance down here in the bottom right. So if you receive, let's say, like a fuel advance for this order, you can go ahead and put this in here by clicking on that receive advance option, and it's going to record that income separately and even account for that on the invoice. It's going to show when you receive the advance, so you can have a track of that separately.
All right. All right. Now, at this point, we've created the order, but we've not yet dispatched it. So if you're ready to dispatch the order, then it's just right here. Like I said, we're moving left to right. We've got the order number here. It's been created. If you're ready to dispatch it, just click the Create Dispatch button. So here we've got the order details, routing information if you want to view the route. If you want to assign drivers and equipment to this particular order, you can click on this option here. So we've got a few drivers added in this account. Let's say Brian's taking this load and he's using this particular truck. Go ahead and click that Assign button to assign the driver here. You can even select to make an advance here if you wanted to give your driver an advance on that. All right, so we've got the check call feature as well. You can select, how often you want to do these check calls, whether you're setting up a check call when you're starting the trip. This kind of defaulted to where the truck was last. Select your starting location, date. Let's say they're starting tomorrow, and 1 o'clock. So you can click Save there, or click Save and Notify.
Yep. And if your driver does have the mobile app and he's using it, he can actually do all of this from his mobile device, and it'll show right here and save you the time. And you can choose to forward that along to your customer if you like to keep them updated.
Exactly. All right. So we've got all sorts of other information here. Like I said, we've got the trip sheet, so you can help calculate your IFTA. You've got trip expenses, so if you want to add specific expenses to this trip, you can do that here. And you can also take care of the trip settlements when it's all taken care of. So, this is a quick little overview of how to get started with TruckLogics. We are open for questions. If you do have any questions, there's a question box on the settings bar on the right side through the GoToWebinar that you joined. If you want to click on that questions tab, you can type them in. Or, like I said, we are available by phone and email and chat. So if you want to just call us later, you got a few questions about it, we'd love to talk to you.
So what we went through here today, this is going to be the main function of using TruckLogics. So you're going to have to put your loads in here to get everything done. If you're more interested in some of these other things like IFTA or managing drivers and reporting and stuff, definitely tune in to our next webinar on the 24th, and we're going to go through a lot of those advanced features. So we just wanted to kind of introduce you guys today and get you started on how you start to use TruckLogics. Again, if there's any questions, this is going to be the time to ask them. We are totally available to help you get started. So let us know. All right, so we have Ali here sending us some messages. He has some suggestions on some things he wants to see in TruckLogics. Definitely send those over to us, Ali. You can send it to our email, support@trucklogics.com, or give us a call after this webinar. We'd love to hear from you guys, any suggestions you have. If you've been with us for a little while, you'll notice that the program does get updated pretty regularly to account for the suggestions we get from you guys. So we do appreciate that. Feel free to send us any feedback you have at all.
That's a good point. A big advantage of using TruckLogics as opposed to any other software tool for managing your business is the fact that we're available all the time. We're available via chat, we're available via phone, and you can always make suggestions to us. We're very quick to make any necessary changes in the program. I'm not necessarily going to turn the program on its head and completely change how things run, but we are very flexible and open to new features, and the whole thing was built for truckers based on truckers' suggestions. So it's not like, we're sitting here, we're going to put out this program, not make any changes to it. We're definitely listening to what's going on in the industry and what our drivers are saying, just trying to make the program work best for you. So like I said, if there is anything that you'd like to learn more about, definitely give us a call, chat with us, email us, and we'd love to talk to you.
Okay, so we did get a question from Ali here. He wanted to know if we have any plans to integrate TruckLogics with other accounting programs like QuickBooks, for example. And we do get that request a lot. That's something we're looking into currently. We're looking at probably a couple months away from having that in place. But definitely, if that's something you're looking for, let us know. So we'll put you on the list to notify you as soon as that's available. If you're using some other kind of program, let us know if you want integration with that as well. I would like to talk with you, Ali, more specifically about what you're using QuickBooks for. I talk to guys every day that are using something like QuickBooks, and TruckLogics offers all of those solutions to you, so you may not need both, just depending on your situation. So definitely reach out to us. Our phone number is 704-234-6946. It is available there at the top of your account at all times. Along with, there is a suggestions box. So if you do, if you're just in the program browsing around and you come across an idea, just type it in and send it to us, or the chat box as well. Feel free to reach out to us. And thank you for your feedback and your questions, Ali. If there's anyone else who has a question, this is the time to ask. So we can either use the little question box there in your GoToMeeting control panel, or we could try to unmute you, and you can ask it over the air. Just let us know. You can raise your hand to do that.
Well, I would like to thank everybody for joining us today. We're not seeing a whole lot of additional questions coming up here, but I want to thank you so much for joining us and taking the time to learn a little bit more about what TruckLogics has to offer. And like Brian said, we're always available. If you do have any questions after the webinar, just give us a call, send us an email. We'd love to hear from you.
All right, so I think that's a good place to wrap it up. Make sure to tune in for our next webinar if you want to see, if you start to use it and you're getting comfortable with it, you want to learn about more of the advanced features. Charles is going to bring it up here, and you can really get into the nitty-gritty of all the little things you can do to improve your business flow with TruckLogics. So it's going to be there on the 24th, same time. It's on a Thursday, as usual. and we'll be here to answer questions and kind of show you through that.
That's right. So you can always find the links on the live training page at TruckLogics.com. You just click on the live training button and then click on the Register Now button to actually sign up for the webinar, so you can get email notifications and you'll get the link to join the webinar and everything. We'll also be posting on social media and the blog to remind you, so definitely follow us on Facebook and Twitter so you can stay up to date with everything that's going on with TruckLogics. I'd like to thank everybody again for joining us today. It's been a pleasure. We appreciate you taking the time, and we wish you the best. Hope you have a great Thursday and have a great weekend coming up.